Hi, everyone, and welcome to Mindfulness Meditation and Affirmations. We do this once a week to give you something to use as a tool to get through, um, not necessarily just get through, but enjoy life and thrive in life. So, I just want to put on some music. Um, and I hope everyone is doing well. So, my name is Linda Lantini. This is brought to you by Toivo Initiative of Advocacy Unlimited. I encourage you to do as much as you want. This is your practice, so you get to do whatever you want in your practice. If I'm doing something that doesn't feel good to you, that's fine. Just don't do it. Um, and you can also let me know if you have different ideas of things that could work for us or for you, different practices that you share with meditation, different things that work for you. So I encourage you to find a spot to just have a seat. And my cat decided to join me. So I'm actually going to get out of the picture and you could see my cat and some flowers. And I am just going to talk on the side. So get comfortable in your space. You could be sitting down, you could be laying down, whatever it is that makes you feel very relaxed and able to get into this relaxation and give yourself some time for you. Self-care is not selfish, self-care is important. So I encourage you to sit back, relax, close your eyes or lower your eyelids, and take a nice relaxing breath in and a nice relaxing breath out. A relaxing breath in and a relaxing breath out. And notice if you're carrying any tension in your head, your face, your ears, sometimes your jaw. And I invite you to take a nice breath in and imagine sending relaxation to those areas. And breath out. And imagine with every breath out that you're able to release some tension. Breath in and breath out. Now check in with your neck and your shoulders. Imagine breathing in relaxation and breathing out tension. Imagine breathing in peace and tranquility and breathing out any frustration. Check in with your back and your belly. Notice if you're carrying any tension in your back or your belly. Are you carrying any tension in your legs or your feet? If you are, just imagine taking a nice breath in into that space, bringing relaxation into that space, and breath out, releasing any tension in your legs and your feet. So continue to sit or lay down with your eyes closed or lowered. And say to yourself, I am at peace. Say to yourself, I am amazing. Say to yourself, I am enough. So now I'm going to invite you to use your imagination. Our imagination can give us so much comfort. We have amazing imaginations. So just for a moment, I want you to imagine that you are walking from a path that is around the location that you started this practice in. So take that path and walk along that path. As you're walking along that path, just look around and imagine it's a beautiful nature scene filled with fresh flowers, birds humming. That nature scene is filled with so much relaxation coming directly from nature. Notice the trees in the forest. Notice how the trees in the forest have big roots, and the roots get grounded into nature, into the ground. You notice that the trees are grounded into the ground by their enormous roots. As you walk along that nature path, think about the roots that you want to establish. What roots do you want to put down? And on that nature walk with the breeze, you notice that the trees do not sway because they're grounded in nature, grounded in that spot. They don't sway when a breeze comes along. Imagine yourself as a tree. Picture yourself in that nature scene as a tree, planting yourself, grounding yourself to that spot, being present in that spot. Continue to walk along that nature scene, and that nature scene brings you to a beach. You're on a beach, all alone. You're safe, and it's the perfect time of day to be on a beach. It's not too cold, it's not too warm. Continue to walk along that beach and take in all the sights around you. You see palm trees, you see sand, you see water coming in and out. And you walk along that beach and you decide you want to take your shoes off so you can really put your feet in the sand and feel the sand in between your toes. As you walk along the beach, notice the palm trees. Now, the palm trees are different than the trees in the forest. They sway a little with the wind. They sway back and forth. back and forth, almost like they're going with the flow. The palm trees sway back and forth. They go with the flow of whatever's happening in the world. They bend, but they don't break, or they rarely break. It needs to be a very strong breeze. And just imagine that you're a palm tree right now. You're swaying, and you're swaying back and forth with the things that are happening in the world, in your life, in society. Sway back and forth like a palm tree. I invite you to continue walking along the beach, feeling the sand in between your toes, being connected to the sand and to the palm trees. And for a moment, go to where the water meets the sand and put your feet in the water. It's not too cold or too hot, it's the perfect temperature. And as you walk along that edge of water, you just get a little wet on your feet, noticing how the wave comes in differently every time. And notice how the wave comes in, the wave goes back out, and it flows with a schedule. It flows. And for a moment, imagine anything that might be stressing you out, that you're adding that to the water, and the water takes that away from you and sends the energy, dispels the energy into different places. So it doesn't have to, you don't have to carry all of it. It doesn't have to overwhelm you. So imagine looking at the water. Imagine seeing the water come in to bring you peace and tranquility, and the water goes out and takes your pain and frustration away. So just for a moment, imagine the water coming in, bringing whatever you want more of. And as the water goes back out to the big ocean, imagine it's taking anything you no longer want to carry, something you no longer feel is useful. So breath in with the water coming in, and breath out with the water going back out. Now continue walking along the beach. And you go to a spot where you could see fish. You could see fish swimming, stingrays, jellyfish, and they're swimming all through the ocean. And you're seeing how they ebb and flow with the different changes in the water, when the water comes in and when the water goes back out. The fish just ebb and flow and go with the current and just go with the flow. As you're watching the fish, pick one fish that you just watch and see that fish going around in the water, going around different things. And imagine you're that fish just for a moment. Now continue walking along the beach and come to rocks and how they formed into this rock area. Think about how the water helped form that rocked area with all the rocks. The rocks were brought into a certain sculpture or a certain pattern to fit one need in nature or a couple needs in nature. At no point did they ever say, no, I'm not going to do that. They just went with the flow. Just imagine how easy we can just be, or how easy life can be if we just go with the flow and allow things to come in and go back out. So look at the rocks. See how the rocks are solid into the ground. The rock formation was brought together by waves and water. They worked together to make this formation of rocks. And now look on the beach. And on the beach you can see seaweed and clams, starfish. And imagine what happened that formed those starfish to come in at that wave, at that time. So continue walking along the beach, thinking about how nature gives us so many examples of how grounded we can be, of how going with the flow really works. Being grounded in the present moment, being present here, right now. Nature gives us all those examples of how powerful we can be when we're grounded and present in the moment. So as you continue walking along that path on the beach, you find a spot that you want to have a seat. And that spot faces the water, and you watch the water coming in and going back out. The water comes in and goes back out. And as you're sitting there, a bottle rushes up and you notice that there's a note in that bottle. So you decide to look to see what the note says. And the note says, feeding your heart. No matter how dark, the hand always knows the way to the mouth. Even when you can't see, we know how to feed ourselves. Even when the way isn't clear, the heart still pumps. Even when afraid, the air of everything enters and leaves the lungs. Even when clouds grow thick, the sun still pours in to light earth. This African proverb reminds us that things are never quite as bad as they seem inside the problem. We have inner reflexes that keep us alive, deep impulses of being alive that work beneath the hardships we struggle with. We must remember that the hand cannot eliminate the darkness, only find its way to the mouth. Likewise, our belief in life cannot eliminate our suffering, only find its way to feed our heart. As you sit on that spot on the beach, with your eyes closed, bring your open hand to your mouth. Inhale as you do this and notice how, without guidance, your hands know the way. Now breathe gently again and bring your hands to your heart. Notice that your hands know the right way to go to your heart. Now, as your attention's on your heart, I invite you to set an intention for the rest of today, for this evening, for tonight, an intention that speaks from your heart. Now I invite you to store that intention in your heart. Share it with your head and work on having things from your heart connect to your head and carry you through the day, evening, or night. And as your attention's on your heart, I invite you to say to yourself, I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe and filled with love and kindness. Now I invite you to stand up in that spot on the beach. Walk along that path and allow that path to bring you back to the environment you started in. Now, as you sit there, getting ready to continue on with your day, I invite you to just remind yourself how much nature has. Nature has so many things in it to show us how important it is for us to be grounded, how important it is for us to kind of sway and go with what's going on. And it's important for us to honor ourselves. So I hope that you found the practice very good and that you were able to relax a little bit. Sorry about the darkness there. It came dark. Whoops. Try this. I did get one cat to come back. See? There's two cats. They didn't change or have a costume change or anything. So there are two cats. See, I'll show you the other one. So I hope you found this practice relaxing. I hope you were able to step away just for a couple of minutes. If you're new to meditation, mindfulness, and affirmations, keep checking out Toivo. We have this every week on Thursday at 10 o'clock, and we like to share our practices with everyone. And one of my favorite practices is just to walk through nature. And even if it's just a walk around where I live, so there are some nature trails I can go, I look at how nature responds to things and seeing some of the same things over and over again, seeing some things move, seeing other things remain the same, and just recognizing that I can do that also. So I hope that you found the practice enjoyable, and I hope you have an amazing day, evening, or night. So thank you so much. My name is Linda Lentini from Toivo, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.